Sometimes it happens, it is very hard to hold the camera as well as teaching. So very sorry, sometimes expression misses. So, but you must have to take care of the expression while you are reading the chapter. The inhabitants of the wall were mixed lot. They were divided into day and night workers, the hunters and hunted. At night, the toads and Chechaquos were the hunters. Their prey was population of stupid, absent-minded crane flies, moths of all the shapes and size, and rotund beetles hovering with their night's work. By the day, it was difficult to tell the difference between the prey and predator. Everything seemed to feed off everything else. The hunting wasps searched out the caterpillars and spiders. The spider hunted for fly. The dragonflies fed off the spiders, and the flies and swift multicolored wall lizard fed off everything. In this paragraph, he actually describes that all the inhabitants of wall were the source of food for each other. He categorized the workers into two main groups. One is the day hunters, daytime hunter, and the second is the nighttime hunters. So some are hunters and some are hunted. So hunters hunt the hunted animals for the foods. He said that at the night time he mentioned some flies, some moths, and some stupid insects being hunted by the beetle. But the daytime, he said that it is very difficult to find out because it seemed that everything is eating to each other. And at the last, he explained that multicolored wall lizard fed off everything, that he eat everything. But my favorites were shyest member of the wall community who did not seek any attention. Actually, he's talking here in the third paragraph. He's talking about his favorites, which he likes the most. They were also most dangerous. You hardly ever saw one unless you looked for it. And yet there must have been several hundred living in the cracks of wall. If you gently lifted a piece of loose plaster away from the brick, there crouching beneath it would be a little black scorpion, an inch long, looking as though he were made out of polished chocolate. Here in this paragraph, he is going to explain that he likes the scorpion best, and whenever he will search out in the cracks of the wall, there were many in number. They were wild-looking things with their flattened oval bodies, their neat crooked legs and enormous crab-like claws, bulbous and neatly joined as armor. Here he describes the shape of actually scorpion. He says that they are round shaped and wide looking things. They have the oval body, very neat crooked legs, and tail like a string of brown beads extending a string like rose thorn. And he explains his tail. The tail is actually like the strings of brown bead. At the end there is the thorn like a rose thorn. So as warning sign if you breathe too hard on him. Then one day I found a fat female scorpion in the wall. Now here the story actually starts. He says, one day I found a fat female scorpion in the wall wearing would at first glance appear to be a pale fawn fur coat. He says that he actually saw a scorpion one day, but it was looking that he has worn a pale fawn fur coat, but he was not wearing actually any costume. It was actually closer inspection proved that this strange garment was made up of mass of tiny babies clinging to the mother's back. Actually, these were the very tiny babies. They were clinging with the mother's back, and it was looking like a coat. Okay, it was not the costume. So this is like in the picture. I was enraptured by the family. He was happy. The family attracted it. I was enraptured. Enraptures mean very happy by the family, and I made up my mind to smuggle them into the house and up to my bedroom so that I might keep them and watch them grow up. They attracted him too much that he decided to take them away and in his bedroom, like as we feel about the chicks. Sometimes some children's like to play with the chicks. They used to say that we want to see them grown up. So he was in love of the insects and animals, so he thought that he want to see him. So he want to see him grown up. With infinite care I moved with an extraordinary care. Infinite mean extraordinary. With an infinite care I moved the mother and family into matchbox and then hurried to villa. बहुत ज़्यादा केयर के साथ उन्होंने फैमिली को मूव किया और फिर जल्दी से घर की तरफ चले गए. It was the rather unfortunate that just I entered the door, lunch should be served. However, I placed the matchbox carefully on the mantelpiece in the drawing room. As he entered in the home, it was the time of lunch and it was served, and he placed it on the mantelpiece in the drawing room. I made my way to dining room and joined the family for the meal. Dawdling over my food, feeding Roger surreptitiously under the table and listening to the family arguing, I completely forgot about my exciting creature. So, in the next video, inshallah, you will learn the other.